My first wholesale deal was in 2005. What would I do different today? All right, so if you follow me for a while, I'm sure you've heard this story quite a few times, maybe not, right? But my first deal was in December 2005, and that first deal was in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, it was a deal that I made $10,000 from. It was supposed to be $20,000, but I made $10,000 because my seller pulled out last minute at the closing, and he basically said, "I'm not gonna let you make $20,000 off of me." I'm like, nah. And I was like, oh my God, this is a deal that I've been nursing for probably like 2 months at that time, and working on it diligently. Found an end buyer, I should say. I signed the deal. I thought everybody was happy, and then called them and said, "Hey, we got a closing." Like, okay, meet you at the closing. And then they opened what they call the closing sheet, HUD one, closing sheet. Basically, it's a closing statements that says where all the money goes to. So the money that goes to appraiser, money that goes to shipping, that goes to the title company, that goes to appraiser, that goes to the seller, that goes to the buyer, money that's coming from the buyer, money that goes to different parts of the closing cost, right? This is a statement that states it, right? So there's a little $20,000 that says was going to my company. So even today, I don't do things that way. It's not supposed to show that way if it's wholesaling. It can show assignment fees. It depends on the deal. It depends on who you're working with. But I let the title companies worry about how they're comfortable to reflect all of the monies. But the idea is that the closing statements reflect where all the monies are going. For most of the deals I've done to date, is double closing, meaning my fee is more so a profit. So it's a fee that's going to a seller. Okay, so not a fee that's going to some strange person. So, but it's on a different transaction with double closing. But again, with time, things evolve and things are structured a little bit differently. It depends on what state you live in. Just let your title company worry about this kind of stuff. Okay. But anyway, he saw that I was making $20,000, and he pulled me to the back and he said, "Hey, I'm not interested." Okay, I'm not interested. I said, "All right, here's the deal. Okay, I'll split my money. This is my money, not your money." Because I was already giving him how much it was gonna. Like, he was selling me the house for $195. I found a buyer for $215. Okay, so I'm already giving him his money. So I had to spell it out properly. I said, "Listen, let's do it. I'll split my money with you two-way." And he was like, "You have a deal." Right? So I ended up with $10,000. I gave him additional $10,000. So he ended up selling the house to me for $205 instead of $195. All of this happened at the closing. And people get very scared. What if? There's a lot of tons of what ifs that will happen in this business. From the moment you sign a contract all the way to disposing the deal, meaning the deals are closed. It's just what it is, right? But so your negotiation skills is gonna be useful for literally not just one time, every step, right? What I would have done differently, okay, is the first thing I would have done differently is that I would not have offered to split my money two ways, right? I would have offered to give him an additional $2,000 to help to just go to dinner with the wife, okay? Like, listen, this is what we agreed on. I'll give you $2,000 to take your wife on dinner for the weekend. That's what I would say, okay? Now, does that mean he will accept $2,000? But it wouldn't be a whole $10,000. Maybe he will say, "Nah, that's too small." Like, listen, I'll double that. I'll make that $4,000, right? Because honestly, again, the money you make with this is almost like infinite ROI. Not really, because you work hard, you market, right, and stuff like that, right? You went through the process. But I'm just saying, it's better. Something is better than nothing, right? So basically, but I would have also engaged my negotiation, if I had it, negotiation skills, so I can maximize profit. Because as an entrepreneur, Your job is to maximize profits, because you never know where you're going to need that next dime that you're saving, right? Or that next penny that you're saving. You're probably going to need it. And that skill set of negotiation that I developed after that point was extremely helpful to me when the market crashed in 2008. I was able to live on my savings for more than a year without panicking that I was going to go broke at all, right? So I'm saying that to say to you that negotiation skills, learning how to talk to people, learning how to negotiate and still give value, by the way, but also you also have to protect your business by maximizing profit, okay, and do it within the boundaries of ethics, right? But this is a guy that I'm already giving him $195,000 as he asked for, right? So there's zero ethical reasons why I should give him anything extra. But this is business. It was negotiation. But I went straight for half, right? But I could have started with $1,000. I could increase it to $2,000. I could go to $4,000 and now save an additional $6,000. And if you learn this skill set, it compounds out over time, okay? If you learn this skill set, it will compound out over time. I hope I don't look funny with this white stuff on my head, right? It will compound out over time is the point I'm making here. If you learn the skill set of negotiations, and it starts with, hey, John, right? Good. Let me see what I can do. Let me call you back. You're never in a rush, right? Because you're the one who is controlling the conversation. Let me call you back. Let me see what I can do. Think about it. Process it. Give them an extra 20 cents instead of a full dollar, right? As long as you're giving them what they want and they're happy, right? Give them a little bit extra more, right? Okay, double it. Make it a little sweeter for them. When you have that, you have to start thinking in margins. When you have the marginal mindset and you can increase the experience, make the experience a little sweeter, that has a lot more impact than the half that I gave him. So I gave him extra $10,000. But if I had given him $1,000 first, check this out, right? And he says, no, I said, listen, let me double that. That can actually feel a lot sweeter because of the frame of reference of where the negotiations was coming from than the $10,000. He probably would not value the $10,000 as much as the $2,000. It's all in the mind, and that's the power of negotiations when it comes down to it. And the power is even greater when it comes to in the long run. If you can use this over and over in your business, it does compound out.